Hello everyone. During the next few days we will see some rain over most of the interior. We will see over the summer grain production region totals in the order of 30 to 50 millimeters over the southern to eastern parts until next Tuesday or early Wednesday. The northern parts of the grain production region will be somewhat drier and some areas there may receive less than 10 millimeters. We also see that it will be relatively dry over parts of our region, especially the Limpopo River Basin, so most of Limpopo and then also those eastern parts of Mpumalanga into the Lowveld will be relatively dry. In our area we will see the highest totals of rain over Namibia at this stage according to the forecast, with some areas expected to receive even more than 100 millimeters of rain during the next few days. Interestingly, we also see somewhat heavier falls expected over the winter rainfall region. The rain over the southwestern parts of the country will be associated with cold fronts moving into the country by the end of the week, specifically later on Friday and early Saturday. Thunder showers will be over the eastern parts of the country during most of the week, the early part, and then it will become drier in the east and we will see more rain spreading to the west, and we will have a cloud band developing over these western parts of the country, and that will result in rain by Thursday and Friday, shifting further east. But those western parts of the country can receive quite above normal rainfall for this time of the year. As we can see, totals expected to be around 25 to 40 millimeters in many of those areas in the west. Specifically the northern parts of the Northern Cape into the far western parts of the Free State and the northern half of the Eastern Cape. Looking at the same period but a bit more large scale, one can see that most of the rainfall will be over the southern Africa, while it will be relatively dry over large parts of the Indian Ocean according to this forecast. We also see the high pressure system that will be located towards the east, keeping it relatively dry over our northeastern parts as well, with a band of rain and thunder showers expected to develop later this week, with a band of moisture coming from the northwest during that event. Also, over the Atlantic Ocean one can see that the cold fronts are relatively far north, and this is a feature that's been present for the last few weeks, where we see over the entire southern hemisphere that the westerly winds are further to the north. This results in more frequent cold fronts over the southwestern parts of the country, and at times these are responsible for dry air spreading from the southwest. And when we have the interaction between the dry air and the thunder showers over the interior, we see many of these storms becoming severe and resulting in hail and strong winds in some places, with an above average distribution of hail and strong wind damage over the interior at this stage. Looking at the Metsat infrared image for Monday the 8th, large areas over the subcontinent is under a band of clouds or under clouds. As you can see here, lots of convection happening there, and this is in contrast to what we see over the Indian Ocean, where there is much less activity. There is a clear indication that it is still quite positive for us over the subcontinent to receive rain. Over the central to eastern parts of the country, specifically in Mpumalanga, Free State, Southern Gauteng, northwest, the eastern parts of the Northern Cape and into KwaZulu-Natal, we see also a band of thunder showers during the day, convective storms, and they continue into the evening as well. And then over the southwestern parts of the country, it was mostly hot and dry. Looking now at the cumulative rainfall for the first 7 days of December, these eastern to northeastern parts of the country received rain, while the western parts were relatively dry, with little to no rain at most of the stations there. Over the summer grain production region, we saw also totals between 0 and 40 millimeters of rain in most areas, with higher totals in the order of 25 millimeters to 50 millimeters over the northern parts of the Free State and in Mpumalanga, and also into the southern parts of the Northwest Province. Further to the south, eastern parts of the Free State towards the central parts of the Free State saw lower totals. It was also completely dry during the first few days of the month over the winter rainfall region, but this will change during the next few days. So to put the rainfall for the first 7 days into perspective, compared to the long-term average, rainfall was above average over large parts of the summer grain production region, except for those further eastern parts of the Free State. It was dry over the western parts of the country and also dry over the large parts of Limpopo, especially those northwestern parts of the country or of the Limpopo province, while over in Mpumalanga it was relatively wet. Looking now at the cumulative heat units in the Ermelo region, so the eastern parts of our grain production area. Since the middle of October, we see the cumulative heat units here over time until the early parts of December. The broken black line is for this summer at this stage. We see a total of 302 heat units over this period since mid-October. This is about 20% below the average over the region for this time over the entire period 2015 up to now. So it's about 20% behind that value of 367 at this stage. We also see that in some years the totals were as high as about 419. So heat units are still lagging behind quite far compared to the other years since 2015. So on Tuesday we will see a continuation of our midsummer thunder showers over the northeastern parts of the country, except for the far northeastern parts where it will be dry. So it will be mostly afternoon to evening thunder showers. Because there will be an influx of moisture from the south, we will also see some light showers over the southern parts of the country, mostly not over the winter rainfall region, but rather the Garden Route and parts of the Karoo in the south. The influx of air from the south will result in lower temperatures over the southern parts of the country, but it will be quite hot over the low-lying northeastern areas and also those northern parts of the country where maximum temperatures will exceed 35 degrees Celsius. By Wednesday, we will see some interesting weather over the northeastern parts of the country. We will still see the thunder showers in the northeast, but there will be an intensification of these thunder showers. That will be a result of the influx of moisture from the east as the high pressure system reaches around the country. And as you can see, it will be also cooler over these eastern parts due to the influx of cooler air from the east, as the system that was responsible for cooler conditions in the south the previous day will shift around towards the east, and there will be an influx of the cooler air. So where there is interaction between the cooler air and the warmer air present over the northeastern parts of the country, we will see an intensification of the thunder showers, and there will be more widespread thunder showers over especially Mpumalanga and Gauteng and parts of Limpopo as well. Towards the north, northwest, and also towards the west, it will be quite hot during the afternoon, where maximum temperatures may exceed 35 degrees Celsius. By Thursday, we will see a further expansion of the cooler air coming from the east over the eastern parts of the country. That will result in somewhat cooler conditions there, with maximum temperatures in the order of 25 degrees Celsius or lower in many of those areas where it will be relatively cool. We can also see that it will be quite hot in the west, as this flow will then be coming from the north and northwestern places, resulting in very high maximum temperatures later during the day. But during the day, there will be also the establishment of a cloud band over these western parts of the country, because we will have an upper air system towards the southwest and a low pressure system moving into that from the north. So it will create unstable conditions over these western parts of the country, where we will be seeing the cloud band developing over these western parts of the country, with fairly widespread showers and thunder showers over the western parts of the country later during the day. It will, however, be relatively dry over the northeastern parts, maybe a few thunder showers, very isolated in places, but it will be relatively cool, so there will not really be a strong chance for a continuation of the convective thunder showers that we have seen during the last few days, and it will be relatively dry. By Friday, we will see the cloud band shifting towards the central parts of the country, where we will see showers and thunder showers during the day. It will also be cooler. This will be a result of this upper air system moving further east and creating unstable conditions over the interior. We will also see the cold front moving into the country, and that will result in some rain over these western parts of the country, the winter rainfall region, and then drier, cooler air will start spreading into those western parts. It will still be quite dry over the northeastern parts of the country ahead of the cloud band that will feature over the central parts, and that will result in thunder showers over parts of northwest and the Free State and the eastern parts of the Northern Cape. This system should slowly move towards the east during the day. By Saturday, most of the western parts and central parts of the country will be dry. There will be a westerly flow over the southern parts to southwestern parts of the country. That will result in dry air invading most of the interior, with little to no rain expected there. There may be some light showers in the southwestern parts due to the onshore flow, with these westerly to southwesterly winds over those areas. Some showers are expected still, especially during the first half of the day, over parts of northwest and into the northern Free State as well. Later during the day, we will see an influx of cooler air from the southeast as well, and that may result, according to current forecasts, in an intensification of thunder showers over these far eastern parts of the country. It will remain dry over the Limpopo River Basin. With a high pressure system situated very far towards the southeast, there will be basically an offshore flow over the northeastern parts of the country, and that will result in very high temperatures later during the day. So the system that will develop earlier in the week, with a cloud band expected over these western parts moving further east, as you can see, will not really reach the far northeastern parts of the country, where we will just see hot and dry conditions according to the current forecasts. So the system will weaken, the upper air system will move further towards the southeast, and that is why we will see the rainfall diminishing as the system moves further east. With the flow from the southwest over the interior, it will also be relatively cool over these western to southern parts where we don't see any rain expected, but the maximum temperatures will be in the order of 15 to 20 degrees Celsius and maybe 25 degrees Celsius over the southern parts of the country, and somewhat higher as you move further to the north, but still quite a cool day over most of the interior and dry over the central to western parts. So looking at average maximum temperatures for the next few days until the 14th of December, most of the summer grain production will see temperatures in the order of 20 to 30 degrees Celsius on average. So the western parts will be somewhat warmer, and in the east, those higher lying areas of the eastern Highveld will be relatively cool compared to the other areas, with maximum temperatures in the order of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius on average. Looking at the highest maximum temperatures during the next few days, and we can see that it will be quite hot over the western to southern parts of the country at times, and this will be especially on Wednesday and Thursday, just before we see the rain with this northerly to northwesterly flow over these areas. In the northeast, especially that second part of the week from Thursday onwards, will be hot, and we will see hot conditions before that as well, but the highest concentration of hot conditions will be actually during the weekend over those areas, according to current forecasts. Looking now at the lowest minimum temperatures also until the 14th of December, and one can see that these southwestern to southern parts of the country will be relatively cool when the temperature will be at its lowest, with some areas of the southern escarpment maybe only reaching below 5 degrees Celsius, also into Lesotho on the coldest morning during the next few days. Over the summer grain production region, it will be relatively warm, with the lowest minimum temperatures above 10 degrees Celsius over most of those areas, but possibly somewhat cooler over the eastern parts of the region. On a global scale, the westerlies are expected to remain quite far to the north over the southern hemisphere, with the southern annular mode, which has been quite negative since the beginning of November already, expected to remain negative during the next few days until the middle of the month at least. So that means that we will have less high pressure systems reaching around the country further to the south, and also a larger tendency for the cold fronts to influence us, and that then again may result in, when you have thunder showers over the country, they could more regularly become severe than what we would expect for this time of the year. And also then a regular influx of drier air over the western parts of the country. Looking here further at the large-scale picture, but more the tropical situation, and we start here around the 7th of December and we move in time until about the 23rd of December. We see that there will be drier conditions over the Indian Ocean, the eastern parts of the Indian Ocean, according to this large-scale cloud development, convection over the equator, the tropical regions. That usually is conducive to wetter conditions over southern Africa. And we can see that in time that area of drier conditions over the eastern parts of the Indian Ocean remains in place. So that usually has a positive effect. So longer time scale outlook based on this tells us that according to the large scale picture, it doesn't seem like we should move into very much drier conditions at this stage, even though certain indices such as the Southern Oscillation at this stage is now looking more towards the neutral side. For that reason, it looks like the La Nina situation is not as strong at this stage, or not expected to strengthen any further going forward. So just to summarize, until the 15th of December, we see that the southern parts of Angola into Namibia and central parts of South Africa should see above average rainfall with those drier conditions over the Limpopo River Valley. So that is basically the forecast that we looked at during the next few days. And this is also then what should give us a bit more above average rainfall also over the winter rainfall areas. While more uncertain, this is a forecast until the 24th of December, also the ensemble forecast. Again, it doesn't seem like there is at this stage an indication of very much drier conditions over the summer rainfall region, but we can also see that there's over the Indian Ocean an area that seems to be wetter as well. Usually this is not that positive for us for rainfall, but at least at this stage the forecasts don't indicate that we should see a complete stop in the rainfall over the summer rainfall region later in the month. But we will keep an eye on these developments in the Cumulus newsletter later this week.
"2010 was described as the decade of disruption. Smartphones, wearables, technology built to last. So why don't we build everything that way? Luckily, there is a group of people that still believe in this way of thinking. For over 10 years, they've helped farmers build lasting futures with crop insurance that stands firm when it matters most. AgriSeker.
We are where you are.
An authorized FSP underwritten by Land Bank Insurance Company.